This is how I live. This is what I love. This is all the things that my dreams have been made of.
Welcome to my life. This is what I love. This is what the soundtrack to my life is made of. Music, love, life.
Christal, Jordan, Be Honest, myself, Kevin Davis, we are Music, Love, Life. And welcome to another episode on Grammy Night. How's everybody doing?
Well, by the time this comes out, it will no longer be Grammy night.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
But we're recording on Grammy night, so.
We are. Thanks for sharing that we're losers. We're losers.
How does that make us losers? We're providing a service to our listeners and the people who enjoy hearing us talk this shit.
Yeah, but we're doing it on Grammy.
Winning.
We're winning.
Winning.
Hashtag winning.
I mean, if you're not at the Grammys, somebody sitting at the couch right now watching the Grammys is no less or more.
There are probably people at Grammy watch parties. We should have done a Grammy watch party.
No, we shouldn't have.
Yeah.
I think we should have.
We could have did that.
Yeah.
We know enough musician friends. I mean, I know Henny's at the Grammys, 6 is at the Grammys.
We just, and thank you.
Okay, so a lot of our friends are actually at the Grammys. There's enough that are
here
still here
recording, and looking at social media for intel. But I did see an amazing opening performance by Kendrick Lamar with, Kevin's gonna love this, Dave Chappelle provided a cameo.
Yeah, well, Dave Chappelle had a pre-Grammy party last night that I heard was kind of outstanding, and you know, Dave he has a fondness for hip hop. He always.
Well, I think hip hop has a fondness for him as well.
Of course. You know, he always keep Mos Def around, or excuse me, Yasin Bey. You know, he keeps his people in close and involved in what he's doing.
I just think once people become famous, they all it's like, oh, I'm famous and you're famous. We should hang out.
But you kind of have
famous shit together.
You kind of have to though, because people who aren't famous don't roll the same way.
Well, they don't have the money.
It's not just the money
or the time.
They don't have the patience, because there's a lot that goes. You know, when you move as a celebrity, there's a lot that goes into that movement.
Well, we know, because when you go out with somebody, you're taking pictures. You have to stop while other people are gushing and taking pictures, and it's cool if you're used to it, but if you just want to go out with your friend, it's like, I don't want you to come this time because we're never going to be able to get to the movie. We're going to be eating. People are going to be interrupting us. So that's true.
When you get to a certain level, then you're talking about security too. So having organized security, because it's not always like you may have your personal security, but each venue or each area that you go to may have a separate
and they actually have to have additional. They like to be prepared, because an onslaught of fans comes to their establishment because, Dave Chappelle and Yasin Bey are having dinner there. It gets to be a lot. But
I know Kevin knows this. When you do a rap show, the insurance cost is so much higher.
Oh yeah.
Than if you do a rock show compared to a rap show, the insurance cost, security cost, it's a completely different thing. So I'm sure, I don't know, I've never spoken to a restaurant or venue owner, but I wondered when they have certain celebrities in, do they have to have a certain...
I have, because I've booked events and done parties and stuff at restaurants and stuff, and they definitely have to have additional security.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they'll say, oh, like they're excited to have the celebrity there, but it's like, oh, we need to make sure we're prepared,
right?
Just in case something happens. So, yeah, definitely. Wow. But okay, so Dave Chappelle has this amazing cameo, and Kendrick Lamar won the first award of the night, which is awesome.
Yep.
It's funny because, people talk about Kendrick and it's like he's so dope, but I think it's dope when you recognize the person is dope before the masses catch on. Like, there's people that are Kendrick Lamar diehard fans now because he's commercial, but, before he was commercial, there were a lot of people, I'm
definitely one of those. Like, matter of fact, a friend of mine put me on to Kendrick Lamar when Section 80 was.
That's when I first started.
And I still listen to Section 80.
Yeah.
That's my joint.
Yeah.
So,
hold up.
Right.
So you guys are authentic.
I don't know. I think there was a lot that happened before that too, though. There was maybe a 5-year period even before Section 80 where he was still trying to bubble, and I think there was some transformation that happened. He got a lot better, obviously,
right?
But I don't know if I'm a genuine, authentic Kendrick Lamar fan. I would say that I'm a fan.
What is that? What is that?
fan?
He's all right. I'm a contrarian by nature, so when everybody likes something, I'm not gonna like it anymore.
Well, are you one of those people that once it becomes commercial, you're no longer like it?
No. Actually, for instance, The Weeknd, I hated The Weeknd until he became commercial.
Really?
And now it's like, okay, they changed up.
They have forced it down our throats.
But well, I think I am when it comes when everybody's is off. And I'm glad to see him doing well. But I mean,
I kind of liked it when it was just for us.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I to this day, I still listen to a lot of artists that maybe aren't as popular, but I like them, so I listen to them. And then when everybody else catches on, I'm like, man, now y'all on my shit.
Well, the Migos aren't ours anymore.
The Migos aren't. And you know what? I actually have to, not that I've ever said I didn't like the Migos, but I didn't get it, right? And I was doing something for work.
The
and
music
I had to,
or the appeal?
Both. I didn't really get either.
Okay.
And I had to listen to like maybe 25 to 30 of their records and videos working on a project. And I'm like, they really have changed the culture. Like it's different than the culture that I'm familiar with, but they
Culture
really
2 available now.
Yeah, they right. No, seriously, they really they deserve the hype that they have. I mean, they have done some amazing like there's growth if you look at them when they first came out here and look at them now, and they're trendsetters. They are. Like I can't even hate. Like people just hate because it's not our music, but I get it. Like when you look at like their whole catalog, you see, okay, this is really moving the culture for the young people. So shouts out to Migos.
And you know what? I remember listening to the Migos a couple years ago, and like leading up to it, there was this video that hit the internet of them doing a show in like Nigeria.
Right.
And the crowd was going nuts, and I was like, oh shit. Like
it's about to be on.
And I'd be damned if it didn't.
Down. It did. No, they are the hottest thing out. Hottest thing.
But you know what? Okay, so
Beyonce is struggling right now.
Right. You over here.
Hottest thing. Okay.
No, I mean, and hot doesn't necessarily.
They said they were the biggest pop. They said they're the biggest rap stars ever, and they're the biggest pop stars ever. Come on.
I think right now they're the biggest rap stars. Right now.
They said ever. It was a complex.
Well, okay, we gotta look at that though. The way things are hot now is so much different than before. Like when Jay-Z and Nas, Biggie were out there, rappers weren't doing commercials. You know what I mean? It's a total different landscape now. So what's hot now, what was hot then just meant you were popping on urban radio. It didn't mean that you had a deal with Nautica and that you were a spokesperson for Target or that you were on rap snacks of your own. You know what I mean? Right. Like now, and social media didn't allow the entire world to share the culture. I mean, the whole, it's just different. You know what I mean? We were kind of segmented off. So you had urban radio, and then if you were really dope at urban radio, you got the chance to cross over to pop radio, but you weren't on television and you weren't.
Okay, so do y'all remember when Bone Thugs kind of crossed it?
Yeah.
That revolutionized, I think, to me, if I can remember correctly, and my memory is bad, but if I remember correctly, when Bone Thugs crossed over, that was when it switched into the new era where people were very, very famous. Like LL Cool J could kill an auditorium.
Yeah, but exactly. That's a great example.
But globally, it was kind of like you know. But Bone Thugs were the ones that kind of got onto the MTV all day long thing. And it was okay. They're here, and I think they may be the beginning of the new phase. So you're saying if we're going to agree that Bone Thugs, we don't have to, but if we're going to agree that Bone Thugs was the start of it,
I mean,
you're saying no artist.
I don't know what
Bone
the entry
Thugs?
point is. I guess I would have to sit and think about it for a while because I don't see them as that. But
as crossover?
But I see them as crossover, but it was for a hot second. And it definitely wasn't, because I don't even think they impact.
Yeah.
I don't think they move culture, though.
Are you serious?
I don't think
Everybody's
they were
singing.
trendsetters.
Everybody's singing in rap. You don't think
You
so?
think that's because of Bone Thugs?
You don't
I
think
mean,
so?
I don't get me wrong. I'm from Ohio too, so I enjoyed Bone Thugs, but
I'm not going to get
they
them that.
weren't like, to me. They were the newer version, or like the Ohio version of God. What, I can't even think of the name right now. From Chicago. It's killing me. I can't
Crucial
think of the name
Conflict?
right now. Yeah. Yes.
I thought they were from Ohio too. Were they from Chicago?
No. Crucial Conflict was from Chicago.
Smoking on hay in the middle of the barn or
Right.
whatever?
Yeah,
but
I
they
thought
weren't
they were
popular.
the Ohio version of that.
But they weren't popular.
Looks a
Bone
little
Thugs was popular as shit.
For a hot
It
second.
doesn't matter how long. It was just it was a thing where white people
Crucial Conflict didn't have Eazy-E either.
right, but white people were very in tune with
Right.
rap. I think it's
Right.
I'm remembering it as around that time.
But I really want us to focus on the social media era, though.
No, that's not
Because
really
I think,
fair, though.
But I think that's very, very.
Okay.
That's caused the Migos to have a total different type of influence.
Possibly. But let me ask you a question.
Before that,
Even including social media, you think that the Migos are bigger than Elvis or the Beatles?
no.
Okay, even
No.
with social media.
I wasn't even talking about pop.
Well, they
I was
said
talking
pop.
about. I didn't want. I threw it out. I threw it out. I don't know why you keep going. I'm talking.
They
I said
said
rap.
it.
I said rap.
Okay.
I said they were the hot. They were the best. They were the
Hottest.
hottest in rap right now.
Ever.
I'm not going to say ever, but I do think that I
Right
can
now,
understand
yes.
why. I can understand
Yes.
why they interpret it that way.
Right.
Because like with. Look, we're doing things that no other rappers have done. We're breaking records. We're, so yes, LL Cool J didn't have a chance to do all of those things because those opportunities weren't available. Talent for talent, LL Cool J, in my opinion, would kill them. But he had little to work with,
right?
And the opportunities just weren't there. So I can understand why someone in this generation would say we're the best ever. I'm not talking about the pop. I don't want to.
So we're just talking about popularity.
He had lady hip hop. Smooth,
and that was a great lane, though.
Smooth rap.
But he worked the shit out of that lane.
He had soft. LL Cool J is the father of soft rap.
I mean, I'm Bad is not soft.
Yeah,
and,
he was in some battles too.
Yeah, and how far we got to go back for I'm Bad?
No, that was the first major album.
What is the point, though? I mean, he
killed cannabis later in his career.
Yeah, it wasn't just lady rap though, dudes.
Yeah, but most of his hits were lady rap.
That's true.
But
99% of your fans were high heels.
I'm not mad at that though.
I don't even think that's true initially. In the beginning,
I think 90% of the Migos fans are women.
That's true.
I think 90% of rap fans are women.
I mean, well, anytime you get commercial, you have to make music for women. We talked about that with Rick Ross. Remember, Rick Ross kills it because he makes music that women enjoy, and that's what makes
Aston
you go
Martin
up
music.
Exactly, Ashton
Really?
Martin music.
He actually
smooth rap.
Yeah,
he's
it
coined
is
the phrase.
But think about it. I mean, women are the biggest consumers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So men are putting things on that women like.
Matter of fact, I think that's why Cardi B is having like her year is still going.
It is out of control.
Her year,
Her 2017 is still going.
It is.
It's still going.
And I want to get into it. Like I want.
The Bruno Mars video that she did with the Living Color.
Yeah, they performed that at the Grammys.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like Cardi.
I'll post it on our social media and stuff too.
Okay,
I like Cardi like that.
Be Honest likes it.
No, I like Cardi like that.
You like her like that.
I like her like that. To me, that's where she needs to be because all that rough stuff. Come on, man.
Well, they're cleaning her up.
Yeah,
they're making her more commercial.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Shoe deal with Steve Madden. Bruno Mars.
And she didn't have that look 3 months ago.
No, not 3 months. Maybe not even 2.
Not at all. Not at all.
It was very different.
That's good. So social media and reality TV, all of that stuff absolutely changed.
Yeah.
But okay, so you're saying that
Cardi B wouldn't have happened
exactly
without social media.
If it wasn't for that.
But if we're gonna include social media, even though social media wasn't alive back in the day, then we have to include record sales, album sales too. Or Outkast destroys Migos.
Outkast destroys Migos.
Album sales.
Well, but now we're not even talking about album. We're talking about streaming. We're not even.
But when you say you're the biggest ever, what is it only about social media? Because they're not doing it.
I think they're looking at the opportunities again.
Do you think they're more popular than Outkast was? I don't.
In fairness, maybe we're actually comparing apples to oranges.
You can definitely compare
because
apples and oranges.
if those
But when they say the
weren't
best ever,
there,
you have to. When they say the best rap ever, then you have to compare them. You have to. Outkast.
You can compare apples and oranges. Apples are more red. Oranges are more orange. You can definitely compare them.
I can say that Michael Jordan is the best ball player of all time, and that has nothing to do with whether or not they moved the 3-point line.
Yeah, but okay, so if we're talking about...
You get that analogy?
I do.
Yeah.
So if we're saying that, then I don't agree. The Migos are not the hottest rap group of all time. You have to use social media or else they're out of there.
That talks about talent.
Yeah.
That takes it back to talent.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to start bringing in intangibles. Intangibles? No, they're not even close.
But I think it's more than
You brought up sports.
It's more than social media though. It's opportunities, it's brand engagement, all these things that companies have realized that hip hop makes money. And they have started to use hip hop artists to sell brands, and that's different. That's something totally different. And so,
LL Cool J, FUBU, he put it in a Gap ad. Remember that?
He did.
LL Cool J,
but that was years later.
I literally
that was years later, though.
What do you mean years later? From his success?
No, I mean, he did a Gap ad. He wasn't nowhere. It wasn't anywhere near when he first became super hot.
No. What I'm saying is
years
though,
later.
He was one of the first ones to put an ad. Like the endorsement things, but then not only did he do one ad, he snuck another ad in that ad.
He did.
Yeah.
Well, he does have an album calling himself the greatest of all time.
But he moved the culture.
He did.
How did the Migos move the culture with endorsements? What kind of endorsements do they get right now?
I think for their audience.
Do you realize that you're defending the Migos now?
I have to. Like I said, I felt bad because I was like, they really are. They're setting trends for their generation.
Yeah,
they are just like LL did for ours. Everyone was wearing Kangos and velour suits,
right?
You know, because of LL. And I think the Migos, this whole, I don't know what is happening.
Feminine?
No, I'm not saying that. No. That's not what I said.
Okay.
But I think they've definitely moved their culture.
Okay, I agree. I think that they are moving the culture.
I just think, in their perspective of best ever, they're not sitting down and looking at these analogies. They're just thinking, hey, we're doing stuff that no other rappers have done. Yeah, we are the shit.
I don't know if
what rapper ain't said that they the best.
And I don't think that they're doing anything nobody else has ever done. It's interesting that we brought up the Beatles because if you remember, I can't remember what year, somewhere in the 60s though, John Lennon said that they're more popular than Jesus. And he got a lot of flack.
Maybe that's just artists. Artists are just, very braggadocious in their approach.
And it gets a certain amount of press too. So I think there's some science.
And I think they really feel that at a certain point. You got to be on your own natural high.
So you bought the album?
First of all, people don't buy albums. People, I stream.
Do you pay up for Apple Music?
I do.
Okay,
I
so
do.
then
I'm streaming.
You're doing your part.
Yeah, that's all I'm doing. I'm streaming. People don't buy albums, so you can't even be the same type of artist. You never have the bragging rights of saying I sold 45 million records. It's like,
did you guys realize that people stopped pirating music?
Because you don't have to.
Well, when you don't have to when it's readily available for you.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying
I pay for title.
But they had to stop.
I pay for title.
You pay, I pay.
Yeah.
Did you guys realize that pirating stopped? It just disappeared. Like it's not a thing.
But you know what?
No. It's still actually because people were pirating the shit out of 444.
Were they?
Yes.
How was it even possible? Because Jay-Z has a lock on his music.
Yeah,
I got it a week early
because it was only on title.
I got it a week early,
and so it was a week or 2 weeks before people were able to get it on other platforms.
But are you still listening to it, the pirated version?
No, I was on title then, so I
okay, but I'm not. I got it early before it was out everywhere. I'm not listening to it on there anymore. People aren't pirating music anymore.
No, I don't.
They figured that out.
Yeah,
that's crazy. I just thought about that while on the show.
Now people are still ripping it. People still ripping it.
But it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because you have Apple Music. So
let's be real for it. People aren't playing for Netflix. People aren't playing for Tidal.
Who isn't paying for Netflix? I don't understand that. It's $8. It's $8 a month. Like
$8 that you gonna pay if you give me your password.
First of all,
That's
my password is for 3 devices in my house. You can pay $8. Now, would I give a friend of mine my password if they want to look at something on my laptop? Sure.
I would.
But $8.
That's illegal.
Who is pirating?
Did you just admit to a crime? She just admit.
It's on my computer.
Some people are still paying for cable. Everybody's on this Fire Stick.
I'm paying for cable. I'm paying a lot for cable.
I didn't say people aren't pirating movies. I said people aren't pirating music. Movies are still getting the shit pirated out of them.
I say if the
movie industry
album is hot enough, like I I don't know if people were pirating Damn, but with 444, I do remember.
Kevin, it is less convenient to pirate right now. That's what I'm saying. Like, it is less convenient.
I just think they made it so convenient to subscribe.
That's kind of like what I just said when I said
it
it's
is.
less convenient.
Okay, question. So between those two albums, they're both up for Best Rap Album.
Right.
444 and Damn. Who are you going with?
I'm going with Jay-Z.
I'm cool either way.
No, you got to pick one. Pick a side.
Why
pick a
I gotta
side.
pick?
Because we're just saying, if you're looking at the Grammys, and let's think about what we know about the Grammys. Like, because I think there's a nostalgia of who you want to win, and then who you think is actually the best suited for that category. Which one do you think is actually best suited to win?
Okay, so here's why I don't choose between
you have to choose
Damn
Kevin.
and 444 because grown man rap. I'm not opposed to that. I love that album.
That. It's about which is more suited for a Grammy win.
I'm also, my blackness will not allow me to go against Kendrick
Mr.
Lamar.
Black Guy, you're a voting member of the Grammys. You have to vote for one. You're just not going to vote for either of them like I did for the presidency?
I'm going to tell you what.
As much as you got on him about voting for the presidency, you have to vote.
Okay, so if I'm a voting member, my vote is going for Jay-Z. Here's why. Because Kendrick Lamar is going to win again for the Black Panther soundtrack.
What kind of...
He gonna win it again next year.
What kind of rationale is that?
That's not why I picked Jay-Z.
Kevin, I don't like that rationale.
That's whack because you're basically kissing Jay-Z's butt because Kendrick has another shot.
No, I'm not kissing his butt. I think they both had strong albums.
I don't want you to ever be a member.
Vote, right?
You can't ever vote. That's ridiculous.
It's already happened. Sorry.
He's already voted.
No, I'm going to vote for Kendrick, and I will explain why. I think I enjoy 444 because of the message. Sonically and what I think most people would actually relate to musically, I really think it would be Damn. I think that 444 was a great... It was just all connected to the message. Like, I love the fact that Jay-Z showed this grown side of himself, and he was candid. He showed us a mature Black man that's, coming into himself. All the videos were very introspective and educational. I think they did a lot to move Black culture with more mature intellectuals. Mm-hmm. But actually, like, musically, if we're going to take all that great message out, then I think, which Kendrick still had a great message, but I think Jay's 444 was all about this message, this OJ, Black OJ, this color conscious Black family, which is great. I love it. But if we're just talking about entertainment, then I have to go with Kendrick.
Well, I just want to note here that No ID did rarely do you see one artist and one producer get together and create an album anymore.
Right. Anymore.
And No ID and what he did in terms of production for 444, I ain't heard nobody do that. Even the samples. I ain't heard nobody run the samples like that.
I'm going to get slammed for saying this. I already know.
Well,
but I don't want to listen to that in the car all the time.
See,
it just does the 444. It just isn't. It's just not fun riding music.
But can you listen to everything in Damn? Is that fun riding music?
Not everything.
That's not a party album. Neither one of those albums are party.
It's not. But 444 is really more about like, let's put this on and have a discussion. Like, you know what I mean?
That's what's wrong with, I think, people's interpretation of what the Grammys is, though.
Is that your proper voice?
That was. Let's have a town hall.
Have a discussion.
A town hall discussion.
That's what's wrong with the Grammy idea. I think that the reason why 444 is a better album for the Grammy is because it is that shocking thing. You're not going to be able to listen to it every day. But we're not talking about a song, what plays best in the club. It's not best club banger album.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's the one that's the most impactful, the one that makes you go, damn. Like, I almost dislike how 444 makes me feel when I hear it. It's very odd sounding. The sounds are weird.
Yeah.
The way the vocals are on there, it's irritating in some places.
Yes.
But it's also very, very good.
Right.
And I think that's what makes a Grammy winning album. Not an album that just fits in and like, okay, like if Damn came out next year, it wouldn't have made a difference. 444 had to come out exactly when it did. It made a statement for that period of time.
So then you should have also wanted Lemonade to win. You agree with Adele. Because Lemonade, and to me, Lemonade and 444 sit right next to each other. They're the same thing.
Who did she go against?
Adele.
Yes, she should have beat Adele.
Okay. And see, I would pick Adele for the same reason.
Current album, the one with Hello on it or whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
And no, it was the second album.
No, 21?
21.
No, 21 is better than Lemonade. 21 came out a while ago. No, it's the newer one.
The new one, Hello. I'm sorry.
Better than Hello, yes.
Because even Adele was like,
Adele said Beyonce should have won.
21 though is probably up there with one of the best albums ever though. So,
but Lemonade and 444 are the same. They're the mirror reflection of each other.
Okay, I'll give you that. They're odd. They all have that weird, like they're coming from a different place. Almost.
Yeah, but it's very poetic. Almost.
It's the men's room and the ladies' room.
But to me, that's a Grammy album, not just something that this.
So both Jay-Z and Beyonce were robbed.
To Pimp a Butterfly, to me, was a better Grammy album than Damn. But Damn was a better album than To Pimp a Butterfly to me.
I see what you're saying. So you're looking at Grammy from a more artistic place.
Because that's what it's about, I thought. That's why we have people voting on it. We're not talking about, I don't like the idea that, I can't listen to 444 in my car every day.
Record sales or what makes, what goes down easier.
What was the J. Cole album? The one that was not Forest Green,
For Your Eyes Only.
For Your Eyes Only. Mm-hmm. That album I've only listened to one time, but it was a sensational album. I can't listen to it over and over, but the day I heard it, I listened to the entire thing from the beginning, from cover to cover. Mm-hmm. I think it's a sensational album. It's not one I want to ride to.
Right.
I think I've heard the song Neighbors a few times, but other than that, I don't think I've gone back and listened to any of the other songs.
Wow.
But it's a sensational album. If you listen to it, it's a place in time, and it can't be moved. Damn can be moved. It can be pushed around.
That's true.
And it's still the same album.
Right.
444 had to come out when it did, and it mattered when it came out.
I wanted to argue with that, but I feel like Damn, because Damn is more, I feel like Damn is more about all black people. I feel like 444 was more about himself, black family, and hip hop.
It's a
little
very
bit more local.
Yeah.
But maybe Damn's more like the era.
I agree with Kevin.
Because what we're in right now is a lot of, definitely a lot going on with minorities, and blacks are doing a lot of search for self and trying to figure out, what things are and where we stand and stepping up. So on and so forth. So it kind of goes with that. And I think that's not a year. That's like the decade.
But I think that to your point, Kevin, 444 is for a mature audience, right?
Yeah.
Because the Jay-Z of 15 years ago would not have created that album because he wasn't there.
Right.
So that album was really for a more mature audience that's ready to that are dealing with different issues, family, being a good husband, being a good father, understanding legacy. That's not the same. So I think it had a narrower demographic than Damn. I think Damn was kind of like my, anywhere from me to my daughter to a 7-year-old could appreciate person. Or white, right? But 22-year-olds probably couldn't relate to 444. Because they're not at that place yet. You know what I mean?
No, I've watched black and white movies and totally got the message. I think that's I think we take.
But if it's not speaking to you at that point though, because even the things that Jay-Z talks about, and I think I had to realize this. If you look at at Puff, the what he's talking about now is very different than what he was talking about in the 90s when we first met Puff, right?
Absolutely.
Because he's evolved into he's evolved into the type of man that's talked about love. Where before it was all about, I got more money than you. I got money. Now it's like, it's not about money. It's about love. Watching Jay-Z talk to Van Jones, it's not about money. It's not about money. It's about what I speak over my children. And he's in a different place. I don't expect a 22-year-old.
If your 22-year-old is not able to see that, then they're an idiot.
Being 22 is being an idiot.
Talk to your 22-year-old and let them respect and understand and gain knowledge. Even if they still have to experience it for themselves, at least give them or force them, hit them and do something. I don't know. 22-year-olds who don't get it. When I was 22, I got it. I used to watch older movies and older dudes and learn from them. I may not have followed every lesson, but I was able to relate to what they were saying. No, I had never been through a midlife event, but I could respect and understand a midlife person going through a midlife event, and I learned from those.
But what about the fact that the Jay-Z of before, the money phone and all that was who that culture was.
Right.
Now he's moved on from that, and now he's like, oh, that's not what you should do. I do think young people should learn, but I can't be mad if they don't really relate to it. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
The Migos probably have a money phone. That's where they're at this time. When they get to that point, I love the fact that Jay-Z's allowed hip-hop to be a part of his maturation as a man. And I think we need to see that because it seemed like hip hop just did not want to grow up.
But you know what? This also isn't the first time that he's done that. Mm-mm. Keep in mind, this is the guy behind Death of Auto-Tune.
Yeah.
You remember when everybody
guys take off the jerseys and put on button-ups and put on a suit. And he has done that consistently.
I was glad he did that. I couldn't afford throwbacks.
They were like $300.
Button downs, I can do that. And it's like you can wear the same throwback everywhere. Because if I bought a throwback, I got to wear that bitch every weekend. You gonna see me in my Joe Namath.
And that is so whack.
I'm in my Joe Namath every weekend. Like, damn, that's the same one. I got a different headband. You remember headbands were in too then?
Yeah, because I think there's a couple of videos where he has on a headband with a throwback.
There's probably some pictures of me somewhere before.
I bet there are.
Yeah, I'm sure there are.
How many throwbacks did you have? See, more than me. I was so glad when they did the button downs because you can go to get a button down. You know what I'm saying?
You can kind of skate by on that. You can go.
It ain't no designer, but it's.
Yeah. Well, so did you guys see the interview with Van Jones?
I didn't see that.
On CNN?
I didn't see the whole thing. I did see some clips that came down my timeline from social media, and so I saw where Jay was commenting about Trump calling all the African nations and shithole countries.
Yeah.
So
and he said that was sad, as opposed to, I just think that even in that, displaying apathy and empathy towards someone who's spewing continuous racial epithets is showing maturation.
Right. Where
that's not what a 22-year-old is not going to respond that way. He was like, the first response is anger, but really it's just sad that somebody would miss out on seeing the beauty in all these places, right?
I'm just thankful that it was Jay-Z and not Cameron.
Absolutely.
I'm so
that's a good
thankful.
point. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
because it would have been Cameron 10 years ago.
Yo, Dunny.
No, but
you mad, yo, you mad.
I think that people, I disagree with people saying that upset that Trump responded to Jay-Z and not to Eminem. I don't think that's racial. I just think that he knows that Jay-Z is more impactful than Eminem.
Why do we got to talk about race? I don't think the shithole comment was a racist comment.
I don't think. Well, I do think that, but I don't think that Jay-Z. I don't think that
racist.
it was definitely racist. But I don't think that Trump.
It wasn't definitely racist.
Saying,
in your opinion, it was.
In my opinion, it was racist. Yeah. I don't think that Trump addressing Jay-Z and not Eminem. I think that Trump doesn't see Eminem as worth responding to, while he knows Trump was a part of hip hop culture. That's what we have to acknowledge.
Right.
Like, he, up until his presidency, these were all his friends. So for him to address Jay-Z, he knows that
friends,
people. Well, they moved in the same circles. They moved in the same circles quite a bit.
Let's be for real. Trump knows that Jay-Z is brown, right? He also knows that Eminem is white. If he goes at Eminem, then that could kind of push a little bit more turmoil in his own backyard.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all.
He know all the brown people ain't messing with him, no way.
I think that white people have long since distanced themselves from Eminem. I don't think
anybody's connected to Eminem though, so that's why he didn't. There wasn't a need to respond.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think that he thinks Eminem is impactful enough to respond to.
Somebody's listening to Jay-Z still, and and he's got a lot of money. I mean, Eminem has a lot of money too,
but Jay-Z is in a different circle than Eminem. Jay-Z is hanging out with President Obama. Jay-Z was at he was seen at the White House quite a bit with Obama. It's a different influence.
He heard Eminem. Eminem said a lot on the main stage.
But I don't think Trump cares about that.
He heard it, but it wasn't necessary to go back at, is what she said.
No, why? Why?
And I agree.
Yeah.
Because Eminem said way more than what Jay-Z said.
Yeah, but it didn't matter because it was Eminem.
First of all, it's Eminem and people are not following him. Trump doesn't care what color people are. He speaks if he thinks they have influence. He mentioned Oprah. He doesn't care. I don't think. Hell, years ago he talked about Rosie O'Donnell.
So that's why when you say
the culture was moving by Rosie O'Donnell.
So when you say it's racist, that's why I'm like, I don't know.
Rosie O'Donnell had a talk show that was on every day. This like he talks about Ellen. Rosie O'Donnell had an afternoon talk show. That's power. Yeah.
But that's why I say everything. I don't know if it was racist.
I don't think that his responses are. I agree.
He's just an idiot. When he says a shithole country, he's speaking from the lowest denominator. He's speaking to the lowest denominator. Haiti is a shithole. Be honest. There's some really fucked up places.
I don't agree with that. I would just like to say
if you've ever been to the Caribbean,
if you've ever been to the Caribbean, 1/3 of music love life.
If you've ever been to the Caribbean, you know that there are some shithole places there because the poverty, the gap between poverty and the tourist area is ridiculous. People from these places will tell you this. Shithole was just his interpretation.
I don't agree with that.
You would not move there. Unless you could move to the tourist area.
I will say from the tourist areas and the real part of the country is a vast difference.
You're not moving there either, right?
I'm not going to.
You're not going to call it a shithole. I'm not going to
go as far as to say it's a shithole.
What would you call it?
No, because hell, even most HBCUs are right next to the projects.
And I remember
are you moving there either?
They are.
They're
I
shitholes,
remember
right?
taking a visit to one particular HBCU. I was like, yeah,
Atlanta's cheap.
I'm not coming here.
Atlanta's cheap. In Atlanta, the
And I actually wish I had gone to
the most
HBCU.
popular HBCUs are right next to the
They are.
project.
And often
Yeah.
they don't. But that's
The ones here are.
But I'm not going to go as far as to say they're a shit.
What do you call them?
Especially in light of what Trump just said.
No, see, but that's the
Like,
thing.
No,
that's the thing.
no, you
People are
can't.
ready. They're so ready to take offense to what Trump said. But what I'm saying is, if you change the word to something that speaks more your language, shithole is just a word.
It's
What
an
would you-
offensive
Yeah,
word.
but
what would you call
words
it?
have power.
What would you call it? I guarantee whatever you say could be offensive to someone as well because it's not a good place to be.
It's a poverty-stricken place.
You
But
can say poverty-stricken. You can say
Poverty-stricken.
slum.
Slum. You don't think slum is offensive?
slum is offensive.
I think slum. I think it's.
I think we're so sensitive about the words. I don't think that anybody disagrees that there are places in Haiti that are fucked up.
There
now,
are.
if you call it shithole, if you call it slum, if you call it poverty-stricken, it doesn't matter. It's fucked up areas. We're so
But I think
mad
that- I
that
think
our
that-
president is
I
willing
think
to
that
say
there's.
it.
I think that there's a connection to seeing brown-skinned people that are impoverished and thinking that they are bad and thinking that that is something that that I don't want to deal with.
Do you know where
look at-
Uzbekistan is? Do you know where Yugoslavia is? Do you know where any of those Slavic, your Eastern European cities are? They're fucked up. They're as bad, if not worse.
So you're proving my
But
point.
you know what?
They're
We would
shitholes
not-
too.
we would
To
not-
say-
Trump would not address Yugoslavia
You know
as
why?
a shithole
Because Yugoslavia
there's
is
a
not-
connection with brown
No,
skin.
because it's nowhere fucking close to America. People in Haiti get here.
They do.
People in the Caribbean get here. So those people are directly affecting
I don't agree,
our
Beyond.
thing.
I'm
Nobody
not-
from Yugoslavia is swimming they're not making
That's not
a
the
Jeep
point.
into a
You
boat.
cannot-
You know what? Let me say this: if there was a doctor who traveled to Haiti and was helping people during the earthquake and shit like that, right?
Right.
And he came back and said, "Man, down there, it's crazy, man. It's a real shithole." It would be received a lot better
Yeah.
than Trump. So
Yes.
who says it and what they say
Right.
has a lot to do with how that message is received.
Agreed.
Trump is not in the place to call nowhere a shithole.
He's in the
and it
biggest
be
place.
received
He's in the place where he can say
so you're
anything.
saying like those words don't have
I
power.
hate
They
you.
really do, especially from the position that he's in.
I agree, but once again, the idea, the problem here is that we're so offended by the idea that it's brown when it's really proximity. Mexicans, he's talked about them. You know why? They're next door.
I don't think it's because of proximity. I think that there's a different look. I think that there's something connected to brown skinned people when you see poverty there, because we don't even see pictures of Yugoslavia's ghettos. That's not even. I've
Right.
never seen that. But we love to focus and concentrate on this is what this looks like with brown.
Why
skinned
do you
people.
see it? Do you know why you see it? Because we're constantly. I mean, I'm not saying that America's right because I think America has done a disservice to Haiti. The way that they've gone in and done the things that they've done.
We don't think Haiti is a shithole. Be honest.
I don't think Haiti is a shithole. I'm saying I was
You
saying
said it
it
for shock
but
value,
I was
yeah.
saying it for the purpose of letting you guys realize that it's really not the words. You take it however you want to, but he said slum, and somebody could equally feel.
And poverty stricken as well, because there are areas that are not. But my point is just that we don't. When Trump said that, he wasn't just talking about Haiti. He was talking about a number of areas that are.
He didn't. We don't know that he said it. Actually, this is something that's alleged. So let's make sure that we're keeping that in perspective as
there
well.
were enough.
But it was
there were enough
reported,
people that were
yeah.
in that room that came forward and said.
They did.
So a
and
pack of
confirmed
lies.
that he
A pack
said
of
it.
lies agreed upon is history.
Are you arguing that Trump
I
might
don't
not have
know.
said something
I wasn't there.
stupid,
There's
or
enough people said
what
he
are we
didn't
doing
say it
here?
too.
Your whiteness is showing.
It's not whiteness.
It is.
If,
I mean, what are you-
50 people say he did,
are you just being
50 people say he
contrary
did,
for no reason,
I'm
though?
not. You don't know that he said it.
If Trump
It's
didn't
not
say it,
on
he would have
record.
taken to Twitter.
It's not on
as he
record.
always does.
That's speculative. You don't know that. That's what I'm saying. Like we don't.
I can't.
Let's not argue about whether he said it or not. I just said it was alleged because it is. It's not.
I
it's
know.
not
I
factual.
know. Ain't nobody even debating whether or not Obama said it.
Said what?
Shithole.
You don't think that Obama says stuff that people don't hear?
He absolutely.
He's a great
does.
guy, but I
he
guarantee you-
absolutely does. But check this out.
Uh-huh.
The reason, like Trump, don't have enough going in his favor to get away with none of this shit.
That's
what
not
do you
my
mean get
argument.
away?
You
My
know,
argument
no.
is that's not my argument. My argument is that there are preconceived ideas about countries that have brown-skinned people
Right.
that are not necessarily true. And we do not ever hear about the white countries that have poverty that
Like, does Sweden have a ghetto?
Yeah,
when is the last time you guys clicked on something about Yugoslavia to let your timeline represent that?
The point is, it's much better for us.
You're going to click on the one about Haiti because you take it personally. That's what I'm saying.
Well, it is personal.
It's confirmation bias, though. It's confirmation bias. Not everybody who says something bad about a place with brown people is not racist. Y'all got to cut that out. I'm talking about black people. I'm talking about people who take offense to everything somebody says negative
everything, but
about
I think
a black
cutting
place.
down shit.
I don't
do what the fuck I want to do. If it don't sound right, it don't sound right.
I feel you.
Speak on, Kevin.
That's whack, though. That's whack sauce. You should check yourself. That's whack.
I don't like it because I'm assuming that he is making the connotation because that is the reputation of countries with brown skinned people. That is what I'm saying. Trump says a lot of stuff about a lot of people, women. And he's been doing this before he was in the presidency. That's what we don't, ever talk about. Calling Rosie O'Donnell a fat, ugly person it's just not acceptable.
Right.
Maybe that's your opinion, but if you're in a position of power, that's why he should not be in a position of power, which is why when Jay-Z said we've created a superbug, it's not really about Trump because he's just a puppet talking.
Right.
The problem is that there are people that actually agree with him, even if he doesn't even agree with it himself. I think he just talks for shock value.
Mm-hmm.
I think he likes to get people riled up.
He wants ratings.
I think he wants ratings, and I don't think he has any political experience. So causing people to get upset and talk and doing all that throws us off from the fact that he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. But I do think that there's an attitude that we have adopted in America to where you look at a ghetto and we see black people as opposed to a trailer park, and we don't see the same type of, the same connotations are criminals and all that are not seen from a trailer park, and they are seen from a ghetto that has black people in it. And that's a problem. That is the problem. I think his words just continue to perpetuate the stereotypes that are dangerous, and that's my problem.
I don't know that I agree with you. Do you, Kevin, do you not see a trailer park as a dangerous place? Would you go walk through a trailer park?
I'd walk through a trailer park with no problem.
You would? I wouldn't.
But I would also walk through the projects with no problem.
No, you wouldn't. You're a fucking liar. I would not walk through nobody else's project. No, that's not what you do.
Absolutely
Then
would.
you don't know about the projects. You don't walk through nobody else's project. You don't do it, Crystal. You don't.
I didn't say I would walk through any project, right? But I also know how to carry myself. I know if I need I need somebody local to walk me through there.
Right. Okay.
The point is,
I know if I could. I got on a red shirt.
Who you gonna get to
wear
walk
that everywhere?
Who gonna get you to walk you through the trailer park?
You don't need nobody to walk you through a trailer.
That's what I'm saying. People assume that there's a different level of crime. I think that's because we assume that black people are dangerous.
No, but there's definitely a different level of do I want to say territorial? Ain't no gangs in the trailer park. I feel confident in saying that.
I don't know what's in the trailer park, but the point is we've been taught it's the PR of black people. The PR spin is they're dangerous when there's not money there, and with white people it's not the same. Which is why the ghetto in Haiti is seen as a shithole, and the ghetto in Yugoslavia, all we hear, I don't even know what that would look like because that message is not sent out that white people are. It's different. They're just in rags and eating potatoes raw. Yeah, they just shit like that. But they're not doing anything wrong. It's not heavy crime.
But see, that's your confirmation bias. I don't think that you click on enough things that have Yugoslavia in the title to where Facebook is going to feed you that.
News. That's what I'm saying.
Do you think it's not the news in Europe?
I just said it's not the story that we're taught.
Because we're not around any white people. We're around Canada and a bunch of brown people. So that's your perspective is only from this hemisphere.
I mean, if you were right, which I don't believe that you are, that would be awesome. But I don't believe that you're right. You're ignoring the fact that we've been taught negative things about African Americans from the jump.
I'm not, but how long
do we constantly seen on television, movies, in the news, when black people do something, oh my God, he's a criminal.
There's no argument for that, Crystal.
Oh, he's crazy.
There's no argument. I can't argue that. There's no argument for that.
I'm saying that's the same argument I'm using for this.
But it's not the same argument, though.
It is the same argument.
Because you have to manifest it. You have to allow that to manifest. If you continuously say, oh, woe is me, victims, we're getting talked about, you have to stop accepting that shit.
I am stopping, and I'm saying that Trump saying
stopping Trump is not the problem. Stopping yourself from accepting it is the problem. You're the problem, not Trump. No, Trump is a fucking idiot. Trump is an idiot. You're allowing him to break your armor.
He's not breaking my armor. I don't agree with what he said. I think it was wrong. I don't agree with you.
Okay.
Moving on. I don't agree. That's ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous.
It is ridiculous to say that he's.
If anybody wants to invite me to the trailer park, I'm coming.
You eating some greens in the trailer
pull
park?
up.
You eating dinner at somebody's house in the trailer park?
I would. Yes, I've been to a trailer park before.
When? What trailer park?
There was one in Ohio. There was one in Ohio.
There was one?
Yeah, before I went to, well, I'm gonna tell you why.
He's baiting you.
No, I know he is. But I actually here's my experience.
Okay.
So before I attended TSU, I went to a small college called Mount Union College.
Okay.
Right, in upstate Ohio, right outside of like the NFL Hall of Fame.
Right.
Right. And I was an RA there. Right. And one of the kids in my house was from a trailer park, and he actually invited me home, and I went home with him one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very different than walking through by yourself with somebody you don't know, which is my point. You're not walking through nobody else's neighborhood. If it's a good neighborhood, it doesn't matter. The police are going to come stop you. or a friendly white guy's going to come and ask you 1,000 questions.
A friendly white guy.
Yes. That's how they do it. In a rich neighborhood, they come ask you a lot of questions.
But you know what? I'm more comfortable going to a trailer park than I am just driving through a neighborhood in North Georgia.
That's because of like a black neighborhood or any.
No, in North Georgia, I know where the racist at, where the Tea Party at.
Flag.
Yeah, you got
there's
damn
a Confederate
right.
flag.
Yes.
Rainbow City, Alabama.
Where they don't celebrate MLK, they celebrate Confederate Day.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, some people would say those are the same people.
Not always. Eminem is proof. Eminem grew up in trailer park. I'm just saying, man.
Anomaly.
You are just. Oh my goodness. Okay,
He's
so
contrarian.
I know, like you just, I feel myself. I feel it get under my skin. Like, don't let it get under my skin.
But then it happens anyway.
You're gonna be mad for this shit is over with.
No,
I'm already vexed.
Were you at
this
8?
shit
Are you at
over.
7 or 8?
Motherfucker, no, you got damn. Hey,
you at 7?
Shit.
Where you at now? 7 or 8? I just need to know so I can. Do I need to ramp it up?
You know what? And I'm surprised we haven't had women just.
I'm
go
at
crazy.
7-7.
We have not had women go crazy
about what?
Because we were talking about the Me Too before we started the show,
right?
And you said that you are now. Upset.
I may be not upset. I may be retracting my statement that it's women's time.
Well, I thought you were upset that now women are taking over the world.
Wait,
you said that
what statement?
No. I was ready for women to come. I was saying I was ready for this shit to happen. Like it's time for women to step up. The movement. Remember, I was saying I was ready for it. I'm here for it. I'm going to help all I can.
You're going to help all you can.
Yeah.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
But
you help. How were you proposing to help?
To shepherd in change. It requires navigation.
Shepherd in change.
Yes, because if everybody stand up at the wall like no women can't do it, then there would have been a problem. There would have been some blood. I want as little blood as possible on this takeover, on the changing of guard.
So what has made you feel like that and it's not happening?
Well, I just started thinking about all the people who were getting caught up in the mess, and they were all like they weren't pawns, but they were like super pawns. Like none of them really have anything. Like they're rich, but they're not wealthy people.
Super pawns.
Super pawns.
You know what I'm saying?
So Russell
That's a new
Simmons
word.
and Harvey Weinstein.
Those are the highest two.
Super pawns.
Everybody else was bullshit people. They can flick those pawns off the table.
Who's the actor that
Aziz Ansari?
No, well, yeah, he definitely got. But there's another actor.
Actually, Aziz Ansari, I think, was an innocent dick puller.
I think he was.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
I agree.
I'll give you credit there.
Right.
I read the article. I read the quotes from the girl, and it sounds like she just didn't know when to say no.
She's dating awkward.
She's dating awkward.
Yeah.
And he was a little over the top too, though.
No, he was definitely weird and freaky.
But most women would have said, "I'm gone."
Yeah, I would definitely end the date. And before you ended up back at his house giving him head, like
once your mouth is on it, like
once you've obliged, because that's really an activity that if you're not
right.
You don't have to.
That's definitely voluntary.
It's definitely voluntary. It definitely takes an enthusiastic.
But you know what? I'm gonna tell you like this, man. I also think that lady was because they were texting because when he met her in L.A. and they went out in New York and they texted in between.
Right.
So she was saying a bunch of freaky shit.
You think she was getting him hyped
Hell
up?
yeah, she was saying a bunch of freaky shit leading up to the date.
There was
so when
nothing
they sat
that
down
would...
at that restaurant, he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm finna tear this ass."
I don't know about that, but
Check, please.
even when she texted him afterwards and told him, he seemed totally oblivious to the fact that she was even upset. I think that.
Did he actually say at some point, like, if it's not fun, if both of us aren't having fun or
Yeah,
something?
he was like,
I
I'm
think-
sorry. He apologized. I
I
mean, I don't know what else he could have done.
I just think Aziz was one of those guys that just didn't get a lot of pussy and didn't know
Now,
when to
and now
quit.
he's
He
famous.
right. He,
I'm telling
wasn't-
you guys.
Like, okay, he was an actor and he's on TV, but he's still an actual person.
Right.
That don't mean that he was just knocking them down on the way up.
Right.
No, but I mean, that behavior was chronicled by guys that have been famous for years and we're still pulling out dicks and stuff. I think that's just awkward guy behavior.
Yeah.
And just because you're famous and have a lot of money and get a lot of girls doesn't mean that you all of a sudden become suave. Like
Right.
you still can be
Right.
awkward.
He's not Stefan Urkel. That
Yeah.
motherfucker was still Steve Urkel.
But back to my point, though, what I was saying was those dudes like Aziz and even Russell Simmons and Harvey, they're really not big
Russell,
enough.
what's my man from House of Cards?
Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
It's pawn. He's a pawn. There are people who can make you disappear. Who was the white chick who disappeared in Aruba?
Chandra Levy.
Whatever. Where is she? Where,
Gone, bro.
did anybody?
Just ain't it?
These
That was not
motherfuckers.
because of a Me Too situation.
No,
That
it
was
wasn't.
rape and murder.
Yeah, but it was a high powered dude that was behind the dude who actually did it. They have the power to make people.
I don't want to laugh about this.
It's me who. Is it me who? Because they disappear. If you got me who money, that's what.
Is that you know? Okay, so you got a point because everybody else is super pawn. So that's why can't nobody get Trump.
Trump was recorded saying grabbing the pussy,
He definitely was recording,
and he's still president. He
is.
showed up
I
to
think-
work every
Now I
day.
believe there's a lawsuit or something.
Doesn't matter.
It-
Lawsuit. He's got way more money
You
than
know,
that
he
person.
does. He laughs at lawsuits.
Right.
He does.
He's got attorneys that file motions and push that shit out long. Hell, that's why R. Kelly trial got
See how my
delayed
smile was like-
it did.
No.
But R. Kelly trial, when that shit was supposed to go to trial, it was like 5 years before
Right.
that shit actually like
and even
he went
now,
to court.
even now with these girls saying that they were in a house and he was, but he was kind of on the other, like they were just after the age of consent. There's still something in there that should put him in prison, but
Probably won't.
he's not
though.
going to go.
But so that was my point, though, is that the people that they're taking
Put out
down.
a new album.
Did he?
I mean, he's getting ready to.
I don't think anybody's gonna listen to this. I think it's
people
over.
are. I was actually with the producer, and they were saying, I was with the producer, and they were saying, man, I sure hope we get on that R. Kelly. I was like, really? And he said yes. He was like, we hope we get one on that R. Kelly. It's going to sell.
R. Kelly's done.
Grassroots fans are
women
still
are
going to buy it.
still going to R. Kelly shows. Yes.
You think
They
so?
are.
Yes, they are.
He actually had a sold out show.
Wow. So the point I was making, though,
Why are
was
you upset at his success?
I'm disgusted by it. I'm utterly disgusted.
it is embarrassing. It's a little embarrassing for
It's
guys.
extremely
for guys who are considered themselves to be on the up and up. It's a little embarrassing.
And yeah. Anyway.
It's why people say that nice guys finish last because all that respectable shit.
It's not. I mean, he's just an actual criminal that continues to get away scot-free. That's
How's
totally
he a
different
criminal?
than pedophilia.
No, he was married. How can you be? If it's not legal, he couldn't have gotten married.
No, I'm not talking about Aaliyah. I'm talking about the girl that he peed on.
Yeah.
That was
He
14.
got acquitted of that.
He did, which is amazing.
it's not
He's
illegal.
not getting away. I don't think he's getting away scot-free. I mean,
He is scot-free.
social justice is taking it. I mean,
Social justice-
it's not exactly time to kill. An old man didn't show up at the courtroom with a
I'll tell you
revolver and
something.
shit. Like,
If that was my daughter,
but social justice
it
is
would-
taking its course.
Technically, R. Kelly has never done anything wrong. He's never been convicted.
I hope they burn in hell when that
even
comes.
though people, there's the culture of Atlanta for people to laugh at the fact that R. Kelly has young girls with him all the time. It's
Who
like
laughs
a
at
joke.
it?
I've been in crowds where people are like joking
And
about
they
it.
laugh about it?
Yeah, they
They're
think
like,
it's
oh, look at that little
hilarious.
younger. Well, I mean, okay, so the girls aren't as
Like
young
all
anymore,
R.
right?
Kelly's chicks,
Well, you know they're
they're
not
under.
his daughter. That's the thing.
They're not.
You
as,
know they're not his daughter.
And they're not that young anymore, right? He's not still.
they're 18.
They're still that young.
Well, no, but this was 14. 18 is not 14.
Who's 14?
14
girl he
was the
peed on?
girl in the video.
But we don't know that was him.
I cannot.
He got acquitted.
I can't.
He
You
got
know what?
Oh,
acquitted.
so we don't know. We don't know that was R. Kelly in the video. We don't know that was Trump in his video.
He pulled the Eddie Murphy like, it wasn't me.
We don't know what Trump said shithole either.
No,
We
Trump
just-
admitted he don't give. Trump
we just-
doesn't give a fuck. But that's what I'm trying to tell you. Until they get a motherfucker like that, I did see my wife sent me because my wife listens to the show and she. Anyway, my wife sent me an article about a guy named Steve Wynn. He owns some hotel chain.
Yeah.
He's a billionaire.
Yes.
And he's on the hook now. I'm willing to bet he won't go to trial, though. And when he doesn't go to trial, that's trouble for you ladies.
But it's just money. Basically, that's just money.
That's what I said. Who me money? Me who money?
Because these men, let's think about it, okay? And God knows I don't want to say anything negative about the honorable, distinguished Mr. Bill Cosby, okay? I'm a very big fan. However, things that were happening for years. Women were being paid off, right? So the more money you have, the easier it is to pay people off and things go away.
Right.
The less money you have, the harder it is. People are like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm still going.
Bill Cosby is not. He's a super pawn.
No, I do know that Bill Cosby was paying for tuition. Like, he was keeping bitches out of debt. That's different. That's different.
But I think I would dare to say most men with large amounts of available funds do things, and they know that if they make a mistake or if they get called on something, then they'll be able to pay their way out of it. There are people that actually have discretionary funds for that.
But that's what I'm saying. Corporations do it too.
They do.
All the pharmaceutical companies, they have a budget set aside for people who are going to sue and win when their drug fucks them up.
Right.
There's a budget for that. So that's what I'm saying. When you have that me who money,
I hate you, but you're right.
And women are never going to overcome that.
No.
Dudes can't overcome that.
Because at
it's
the point,
it's a certain set of dudes with a certain set of skills that are in a certain set of, in a certain area. Until they say it's okay for women to take over, it's nobody taking over. Nobody's taking over.
Well, the future is female. Did you know that?
Not unless one of them get up in that
Let me tell you this, though. Haiti don't give a fuck about me who money.
What?
Haiti has voodoo. All right? I'm going to tell you right now. There is a Haitian in the White House.
Kevin.
Who's the Haitian in the White House?
Somebody.
What is he talking about?
I don't know. I did see some social media.
Are they going to turn Trump into a goat?
Hey, nah, man. Like, you can pay your way out of some shit. Some shit you can't pay your way out of.
I don't know what happened
Crystal,
this show.
I'm looking at you.
I'm telling you right now, some
Both
shit
of
you
you
can't
guys.
pay your way out of.
I don't know.
Karma gonna come get you.
Crystal.
There are people that have done things and karma never has come for them. And I don't know about that.
I think if Bill Cosby
this
was
nigga
guilty,
just said voodoo is in the White House.
already came and got him. I think if R. Kelly, I think karma's gonna come get R. Kelly for his transgressions. Trump, so on and so forth. And some shit you can't pay your way out of.
I'm
just saying.
I don't know. Well, you know what? That would be in a perfect world. In a perfect world, you would be right. I don't think we live in that world. But, hey.
All right.
Okay.
I have no idea what the hell this voodoo talk thing is. What?
I didn't think Kevin was going to go there because I did see people on social media saying, ooh, Trump's talking about Haiti. Haiti has voodoo and they're going to get him. And I mean, I know he took a belly laugh on that. I know he drunk a beer.
He said as he should? Were you about to say as he should?
I mean,
come on.
All right.
Oh, my God.
Hey.
He going to be hopelessly in love with some Haitian black woman or something? What? Come on.
She going to put some blood in his spaghetti.
Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, man, this shit going to be over with by the fall. Bet that. I'm telling you.
You heard it first on Music Love Life.
Telling you.
Oh, my God. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Well,
I don't know. That was just my thing. That I think that
fuck around.
I'm pulling back on the idea that women are about to, I wanted to help though. See, that's the problem. Most people think that I'm just a dickhead, and I didn't. I really cared.
You wanted to shepherd in.
I did. I wanted to help shepherd in the interchange between men, the power shift.
How were you gonna just for shits and giggles?
Well, okay. So I was trying week by week. I've been trying to tell y'all stop just flailing your arms because that's what it seemed like y'all were doing. It's like, oh, he did something. You're trying to punish guys for centuries of abuse, but that's not how. Okay, if you feel like that's the way to go, imagine if you were a prisoner somewhere. Or someone was your prisoner, and then you let them out and say, okay, we're going to live beside each other now. That's not going to go over very well. You got to just, we have to just let the past be the past. We'll start a new day. Women are in charge. Men are your subjects or whatever. But it has to be amicable. It can't be where you're just punishing all guys because that's just flailing your arms.
Yeah, but women got to get this shit out of their system, man.
Well,
so just let it rock.
I don't know that that's going to happen.
I'm be for real. Like, I do feel like some of the claims are baseless. Some of the...
most of them probably aren't.
Some of it is a little bit more... Like for the Aziz and
Did you know that
sorry. I felt like that was a little too much.
Did you know that Jay-Z actually spoke about that in the interview? He said that it's wrong that women have had to deal with this for this long.
Is wrong.
It is wrong. And
It is wrong.
I was saying most of the charges or claims are probably very valid.
They are.
Most of them are valid.
Right.
There are only a few of them that are baseless and that they're just trying to punish some dude because he wouldn't stay with him or something. Most of them are probably valid in some sense. However, I don't think it's enough to get you over the bubble. And I'm sorry, ladies.
We appreciate your condolences.
I was there for you, though.
And I think that we're going to be just fine.
If y'all ever shake it up again and y'all get close, I'm with you again.
I think that we're going to be just fine.
Hey, man, I don't know if you know how angry women can get. But
I was just
this shit ain't over.
I was just telling my boyfriend that. I was like,
This shit ain't over.
Women are actually more like a evil man and an evil woman. I would definitely take my chances with an evil man.
But it's almost like punishing the white people that are around now who are your friends for slavery. You know what I'm saying? You're never going to punish the motherfuckers that really did it.
No, yes, we
You're
are.
punishing these vanilla white dudes who are like, they're like, they like you.
Because I would.
He just said a week ago that this is the nicest white people have been ever in history.
I don't agree with.
That's true.
I don't.
Good white people
cast
gotta go
my
too.
lot. I don't cast
And they
my
understand. They're like, yeah, I get
No,
it.
they don't. No, they don't.
No,
That's
good white
ridiculous.
people understand. Like, yeah, man, we fucked up, man. I'll go sit down.
I think they say that to you just to get
They're
you.
not sitting down anywhere. That's what I'm trying to. That's the me who money too. They're not sitting down anywhere. They're laughing when you say that. They don't give a shit. So y'all can get mad if you want to, but they don't give a shit.
I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you.
What's our next topic? This motherfucker.
I think that we are.
I'm gonna screenshot that face you just gave.
That was a meme face. You
Right.
just-
You know, because I got that face that can't lie either. Like,
Okay.
I have, it just,
It comes out.
when I hear certain shit, my face just responds.
Let's see how much money we can get in charity for that face.
Let
should've known.
go. Shit.
Oh.
God damn it.
Well, this has been an interesting
Hey, 60
discussion.
minutes.
Yes, it has been an interesting one. We did not. So I said, damn. You said damn too.
I said
You said
444.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Was that what the topic was that we were on?
No, but I'm just saying. I was going to see who wins and who loses.
Oh.
Since you called us losers, you've been calling us losers for the last 2
I
weeks.
did not call you losers for this. You lost the election. That's all I said. And you've been awful mad since then.
Well, it's not that we lost the election. It's that we did what was right. We exercised our right to vote.
That's not what's right.
We used our voice, and you're never wrong for that.
How loud was
Thank
your
you.
voice? It's almost as if your voice we didn't hear it. I didn't even realize you were talking.
Nah,
What'd you say,
man,
sir? What were you guys saying this whole time? I didn't hear anything.
Because Trump had me who money on the election.
This is what it sounded like to me. That's what I heard. Sorry, losers. You guys are royal losers.
Asshole. Thank y'all for watching and listening and
Tuning
shit.
in. Don't take it out on our listeners. They haven't
I'm
done
mad,
anything.
damn it. This shit ain't over.
Kevin is riled up. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure that you subscribe to Music Love Life Show and definitely leave us some comments if you agree. Please, I implore you, leave us comments because I know that there's got to be people out there that don't agree with the foolishness.
No, they
that
sure
is
do.
Spewed.
They definitely do.
Honest.
In fact, we have some questions. We didn't get a chance to get to them today, but we have listener questions.
We need to answer those. First thing next week, we want to start there because I really want to get into that. We'll see you guys next week.